Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching The Flash Season 6, Episode 16, So Long and Good Night. I now doubted myself if that was the title. I'm really sorry this episode is up late. Last week was not a good week for me health-wise. I did too much trying to set up my Patreon, which, you know, in other news if you didn't see my video, I have a Patreon now. I'm still adding content to it, but I am open to any suggestions or ideas about how to make it better for people. And yeah, if you would like to, please feel free to go and follow me there. But I am excited for The Flash. I'm so annoyed that I've not been able to get to it sooner, but I am glad I'm here now, and yeah, let's go.
Before it's too late.
Did she only notice him then? Oh god. It's gonna miss him, right? Or just nick him.
Can't lose my dad.
You won't. I swear.
Iris wouldn't act like this. Like, she would ask him to do everything she could to save her dad, but at the same time, she wouldn't put it on him in that way. That's not Iris. And I know Barry's too wrapped up in kind of genuine world-ending things going on around him, but... oh dear. Why have any of them split up? Grab a knife too when you're at the utensils drawer. Have they told her that it's ragdoll and this person can get into really small spaces that you might not ordinarily search? Oh god. Okay. Oh god. I don't particularly like him, but I don't want anything to happen to him. Can she do her light? Good. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Your speed.
Don't worry about my speed. I'll do whatever I
Please
can.
worry about your speed. I mean, you also have to save everybody. It's a very hard dilemma because I'm with him on that. She's shaking her head at you, Joe. Oh my god. Okay, we've got 5 minutes. We can do this in 5 minutes, right? Oh no, it's on her chair. I'm very stressed. I don't think they're going to kill Joe, but I'm very stressed. Oh god, we lost a lot of time.
You're out of here now.
There's time as it ticks down. Surely if Cecile runs, and then Barry can grab Joe and run away. And the bomb, like, takes time to tick down.
Let's try.
He promised Iris. He could have grabbed her already. Can carry both of them. Oh god, he's going to use up all of his speed. Oh my god, he's going to pull a wire and Barry's going to speed for nothing. It was the wire on that end in the diagram. I mean, god, you might as well try. I don't think he needed to run Cecile that far away.
I should go into Witsack.
You really should. I'd like a hug. Between them, I mean, you know, if one of them wants to come and hug me, I'd take it too. I don't want Joe to not be in it, but this is the right decision. I do not trust him and I'm sad.
Yes.
No, they need to go with him because we've already seen that he'd use her and the baby against Joe. So if he's in Witsec, and then they're like, oh, we have your wife.
Baby Jenna that her dad.
This isn't cheerful. I don't trust him. He's going to go call Carver right now, isn't he? As long as he doesn't tell him where Joe's going. Or follows them and kills them himself. Or is he a mirror duplicate?
Joe West is out of the way as requested. Success is assured.
So our actual captain is still a good person, but he's a mirror
Make my
duplicate.
husband pay for what he did. It's to get me.
Yeah, Iris. There wasn't
Iris would
enough
never
time.
be like this.
You're the Flash, Barry. You can make a second last an hour.
Iris wouldn't
Where
be
is
like
it?
this because she knows about the speed goings.
I honestly don't.
Iris would
When
not
is he
be
coming
like
back?
The
this.
second.
Search that entire area in seconds.
You know I can't. Not anymore.
Can't? Or won't?
Iris would know it was
It's
can't.
not that simple.
Yes, it is, Barry!
No, it isn't. I'm barely hanging on. I can't catch my breath. I'm getting dizzy. My feet are
Barry.
numb. My fingers tingle. It feels like with every step I take, I'm getting ripped in two. All I can think about is if I'll be fast enough tomorrow to save another life.
I trusted you, Barry.
Iris would never be like this. Wake up, Barry.
We both lost our parents.
That's a low blow because your dad
I hope that was worth it.
is alive and being taken somewhere to keep safe thanks to Barry. This has got to be the time he realised that wasn't Iris, right?
I want you to leave.
You can't be serious.
You have no right
Barry, you
to
always
ask
do
that.
this. You always make all of Flashpoint, going into
Then
the
you
Speed Force,
leave.
taking Nora into the future, and now this. I am done, Barry.
Then leave.
I want you to get out.
Please.
You have no right to ask him to
We can
leave
work through
if you've
this.
decided.
You're my
It's not
hope.
like he's
Not
actually
anymore.
done something wrong. Barry, this surely, come on.
Leave.
I know your heart's breaking right now, but you know that's not Iris. Barry's too good a person to be like, if you want to end this so bad, you leave. Barry, please, sweetheart. Surely this can wake you up to the fact that that isn't Iris. Well, I really enjoyed that episode of The Flash. No? I mean, I didn't not enjoy it, but it was quite a depressing episode. And I'm kind of getting a little bit frustrated now that we're dragging on this mirror plot line. I mean, when it first started, I was so excited. But the fact that Barry still hasn't realised, you know, it would have been much more organic for me, or at least... I mean, obviously, Iris out the blue kicking Barry out is not realistic in any form, and I hope that that's something that's actually going to help Barry wake up to the fact that that's not Iris. But at the same point, I would have much preferred it if it had been in that episode right before we found out, if that had ended with her kicking him out or something, because that was when she was like, oh, you don't accept me for having grown, etc. Kind of their argument they were having then, I would have felt like, and then the plot could have moved quicker, we could have had the realisation that it wasn't Iris, etc. But we've had this for so many episodes now, and Iris is just in the mirror, Eva's just wandering around in her mirror. I don't, like, what is her plan? Does she know a way out? Because if she doesn't, then surely the fact that Iris has figured out a way out, like, what is she doing? And I'm starting to not care what she's doing, which is irritating, because I was so excited by the plot when it started. I'm sad that Joe's gone into witness protection, because that means we're not going to see him very often. I mean, I don't actually know how many more episodes there are in the season. I don't think there are many, because there's less than there was supposed to be. But yeah, so yeah, and I don't care about Ralph. I hate saying it. I don't dislike him anymore like I did when he was in it, but I disliked him so much when they introduced him that now he exists. And I wish he didn't have screen time, which I hate being negative about. So I'm not really bothered about his whole Sue Dearborn plot. Hopefully they will end up together at the end of this season / beginning of next season, thanks to COVID, and leave together, and then that would be really happy. I really, really am enjoying Allegra's character. I hope she continues to grow and be a part of Team Flash. I like kind of watching her start to grow with her powers, and her dynamic with Nash Wells is interesting, and I can't wait to see more of it, simply because I know we're stuck with Nash Wells, and he's better than Sherlock Wells, but he's probably the next Wells in terms of interest. So yeah, at least that's something that I kind of am intrigued by, and I'm very sad for Cecile having to let her husband go, although I still don't quite understand the concept of, okay, I guess if Joe's in witness protection he wouldn't find out his family was in danger, but still, if you were a super megalomaniac villain, I'd still target the family until Joe came out of witness protection. I think that I get it, because they don't want to get rid of another character, but at the same time it's like, did you think this through? And then obviously the end, I'm very sad for Barry. I mean, the whole losing his speed is very sad. Like, genuinely, I feel so awful for him with what he's going through, and I know that they have their plan to build another Speed Force, but who knows how long that's going to take, who knows. Maybe they had that plan for the end of this season, but maybe that's going to be something in the next season. And, you know, there's that awful fear of not knowing at what point it's going to fail, and the fact, you know, he didn't get to that last bullet, that if Joe hadn't disarmed the bomb, he would have died. Like, that is really hard for Barry to deal with. And then I think that is part of why Barry isn't aware that something is up with Iris, is just because they are going through this stressful situation. They're in the post-crisis time when everyone's feeling a little bit all over the place anyway. You know, Iris was struggling a little bit post-crisis anyway, that kind of there being these dynamics and tensions, like they spent those months so focused on saying goodbye and everything, that things are a bit up in the air, and then Barry losing his speed is something that is affecting potentially even the way he thinks. You know, he can't think as quickly, so kind of every part of Barry's being is slower, is freaking out that he's about to lose everything that makes him who he is. So I can understand him not having figured out about Iris. It's not like there's nothing else going on, then I would be like, Barry, why haven't you figured out about Iris? But I hate that at the end, you know, that scene was really heartbreaking to me, and I just think the way Iris was acting with trying to get him to use his speed, Iris, even with her family, Barry is her family too, so she would be much more understanding of his speed. She would be like, God, I wish you could have run and got me. Or she'd have been like, God, it sucks that you couldn't. Like, you know, she might have been annoyed at the situation, but she would have been very quick to make sure Barry knew that she wasn't annoyed at him, because at the end of the day, getting to say goodbye to your dad before he goes into witness protection over saving Caitlin's life tomorrow, which is more important? I mean, the life saving is always more important, and Iris would understand that. She might be upset and angry at the world and the situation, but she would be there with Barry feeling that. You know, they would be there together. So I'm kind of hoping the next episode is the one where we finally get them figuring out about Iris, because Barry will hopefully figure it out. But even if he doesn't, if he tells Cisco or Caitlin what happened, or Cecile, they will be like, what? She did what? And I mean, Cecile is an empath, so Mirror Iris gives off the same emotions as Caitlin, what am I about, as Iris? Like, okay, so hopefully I need it to be next episode that we get Iris back, or at the very least at the beginning of next episode that they figure out Iris isn't there, because it's dragging on a bit for me this season. And yeah, I love this show still, but in general I feel like this plot is moving very slowly and like not too much is happening. Like, there was a small moment where I considered that Jo might die, but I wasn't really believing that any of them would die, and I love that. Like, if this show started killing lots of characters, I would probably stop watching it. But at the same time, like, there isn't much plot being, like, nothing in the plot really advanced here beyond Jo left. You know, like, it was right at the end of the episode, like, Jo leaving, we know that the ex-captain was replaced by a mirror person, it would seem, and Mirror Iris breaking up with Barry, or at least kicking him out. So I don't know. I still love The Flash, but this episode was weak for me in terms of this whole season. As kind of before Crisis, I was really enjoying it, and I mean, I wasn't loving the blood work stuff, but I thought the character stuff was really great. Whereas this half of the season, I kind of feel like both are a little bit lackluster. Plus, there was a lot of Ralph, and those are always down, episodes down in my estimation. So yes, anyway, I am looking forward to the next episode, because surely things have to start moving from here. So yeah, thank you for watching.